Hey guys, we're back again. Ashes 2063, Doom 2 mod. Last time we left off, we were about to speak to this guy. Can I help you? Are you Riggs? Smiley sent me. Ah, so you're the courier. Yeah, he said you'd be coming. How did you find us? I thought that route was blocked. I haven't seen Smiley in ages. He's still an asshole? It's a long story. Here's your package. He keys in the code, opens a case, and then locks it out again. Wow, he wasn't kidding. Some pretty good stuff in here. What's in it? Oh, that's our little secret, my friend. Just a few things from way back when. you would call me a collector of sorts. And with the route through the subway clear now... Well, if that's settled, there's a little matter of payment. He stares at you. Excuse me? You want me to pay you? Didn't he already give you the money? No, I didn't come all this way for free. He said you would pay me for this. His eyebrows raise as realization dawns. Wow, that's slimy. No good son of a... What? He said that? He told me you were working for him, not some freelancer. I did it because he said you'd pay me if you wanted to keep that briefcase. He looks down at the package in his hands. God damn it. Who does he think I am? Some fucking weapons dealer? I don't have anything to give you without the parts I need. Maybe I should just give that briefcase back. No, look, we can work something out. How about I give you something for your time? We'll call it even. Blame Smiley, okay? Not me. I can be persuaded. What do you have? I have a suit of metal armor I've been working on. It's not pretty, but it should do the trick. I don't think the original buyer is coming back anytime soon. Okay, anything else? Well, I could just give you a big backpack full of ammo instead. Whatever I can find. Sorry, without weapon parts, I can't make you anything special. Which do you prefer? We've got armor right now. Let's see, we really only have... Yeah, all we really got right now is just pistol ammo. So let's get some ammo. See, ooh, we got some stuff. Okay. All right. See you later. I think we also got some gas for our flamethrower. What's this guy's deal? Ah, Scaver. You looking for some firepower? Everything you see, handcrafted here in the metro. What do you sell? Guns, ammo. The bread and butter of modern society. Give a man a bullet and he'll feed himself for a day. Give a man a gun and he'll make him a king. Right, so what do you have? No problem, pal. You need a weapon or ammunition? What kind of weapons? He's got hunting rifles. Okay. We don't have that yet, so 300... That's it's a good distance. It's a nice it's only a one-shot rifle though. Okay. Good deal. What else does he got? Any more weapons? Nah. We got lots of money, so let's get some more ammo too. Check what we need. We only got 11 shotgun shells right now, so get some of that, and we should be good for a little bit. This guy looks a little shifty. Heading into the city? This is the last stop, so you make sure you got everything you need. Or do you just need a little chemical relief? What do you sell? Oh, I got anything you need, friend. Poppers, buzzers, jellies, sleepers, uppers, downers. Got anything with a little bit more kick? Looking for something to give you an edge, eh? You need a regen stim, $250. I also have purge stim for 200. How about a brute stim, 300? The purge stims come in handy, so let's pick up one of those. That's all for now. We got today JoJo versus Glowtooth. I bet that lady on the radio is hot. What's this? So this is a fighting arena. Let's go see if we can play bets. Betting or watching? Yeah, we're betting. Half odds on JoJo and 3-1 on Glowtooth. Let's take a look. No, JoJo looks a little bit more human than whatever that is. I'm gonna say JoJo's gonna win. Let's bet on JoJo. Place a bet. I'll put my money on JoJo. Let's put $30. Go all or nothing. Big spender here. Get out of my way. Okay. So far I'm looking good. Yeah. Oh, I did it. I think I did it. Get out of my way. Okay. What a fight. You got a ticket to hand in? Nice. Whoa. Here's your money winner. Come back tomorrow. We got more fights? We've got a pissed up tribal fighting a two-headed cow. How would that even work? No idea, but it's gonna be frickin' hilarious. Let's see what's up here. Let's exit. Can we leave? Nope. What's this? I think this is the bar that we were told to go to back in the wall. You look lost, Junker. Is this your first time? Excuse me? Your first time here. Well, that's obvious. Welcome to the last stop. The last bastion of comfort and safety before the toxic madness of the city. How poetic. Is it really that bad up there? Hun? Even with all the free real estate up there, I'd much sooner live down here. Call me weird, but I prefer my skin on. My DNA unscrambled. I'd like to buy something. Let's see. Oh, they'd like our money. So you've got some money, still. What do you got? Food is 30. You know what? Food filled us up in the last town, so... it wasn't as good as I thought. Here you go. Emerald flour pie with a side of dried pork and a glass of fresh milk. What is emerald flour? Oh, that's just a fancy name for those glowing fluorescent green mushrooms. Don't worry. It's perfectly safe. You might get a light show next time you use the toilet. Oh god. Okay, forget I asked. This isn't enough though. I feel like I need more health. Got water? I got other stuff I can ask. Let's ask about the spire. Ah, you mean the big radio station. Ah, you're looking for that girl on the radio, aren't you? It's not too far from the station. Actually, you can see it from the entrance. Has anyone been up there? Not as far as I know. Maybe a few years ago, but since then the freaks have near enough taken over the whole district. I'll be surprised if anything is still intact up there, especially radio equipment. Here's hoping. I just want some more food. Some food. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Big health. Oof. Okay, so we are back on our mission. We are looking for stuff and things. We came from here. Got some junk. Any more junk in here? Nope. Okay. Well, we talked to that lady about the spire, so let's come back here. Do you have any work for me? Yeah. Well, I know where it came from, so... I swore... So let's just give me the quest already. Great, you got any leads? My guess is a spire, big tower, just north of the station, but it could be anywhere. A bunch of scavengers went up there, and they're probably probably anyone in the area who has a working receiver. You're resourceful, Smiley told me. I think you could find it. I'll go there as soon as I'm finished in town. Whoa, not so fast. Have you heard that storm? Stay inside until it blows over, man. With all that radioactive dust in the air, you'll be cooked in minutes. If I don't go now, someone will beat me to it. Not happening. Need anything? Nah, you can't really sell me anything right now. So you don't got any cool guns. Can I leave yet? Ugh. Okay, look at that. Got all the secrets. Spent way too long in there. Entering the city. I emerged from the tunnels, expecting to see the light of day. Instead, I'm greeted by a red twilight under a raging sky. My Geiger counter almost immediately begins ticking as I left the shelter of the subway. I would have to stay undercover if I was to avoid the worst of it. I could see the tower, so close I could almost touch it. If only it were so easy. Food. Just rocking into this level with 104 health. Let's create a new save. Okay. Oh yeah, but it looks a little scary outside. Ooh. Making my Geiger counter tick. Okay, so let's be swift about this. Where are we going? Okay, well, is this the wrong way? Yeah. Okay, let's go and find somewhere to decrease our radiation. Yeah, we're already taking damage. That's crazy. That's some strong radiation. We're already losing health. Okay. Oh. Okay, well, there's that too. Thanks. Okay, let's just go quick on this. Whoa. So I wanted to change it up today, and instead of getting into like philosophical talks, I wanted to tell a story. So there's some interesting stuff that happens around my town occasionally, and we got like a big street person population, and I imagine everywhere in the world has that right now. But let me tell you, when it's to the point of like okay, I'll start the story from the beginning. I was walking one day, and I was out with my son, and just pushing him along in the stroller, having a nice little walk. And those little electrical boxes that like they usually build like a little concrete wall around, or like half of a concrete wall, so you can kind of you can access it, but like you have to go like behind it. Some people sleep behind those power boxes. I don't judge that. I mean, shit, if I had nowhere to stay on, that's honestly a good spot. Kudos to them. That's actually a no-brainer. So, like, I'm not faulting them for that, but what I seen was something different entirely. You know those little I'm gonna warn you now. If you guys get squeamish about stuff, I would plug your ears for the next like 5 minutes or so. So those black containers that you usually see around buildings that trap vermin, you know, rats, pests, other things like that. Yeah, I came across what looked like 5 of those, all broken open, behind one of those power boxes, and a single rim, like a rim from a car, but it was flipped upside down and used as a fireplace. And there was a bunch of sticks poking into the holes. It was a steel wheel rim, so it wasn't like a mag. And there was sticks inside of it, and it was very obvious that it was like a roasting pit, and that it was for roasting these rats. And it was kind of weird. Well, yeah, I mean, it was actually really weird for me to see, because usually you don't think of people eating rats, and second of all, you don't think of people setting up a fireplace in the middle of a downtown area to eat rats that have been trapped behind a building in a black plastic box. It was you ever go to a bar and it's like a wing night, it's like a wing Wednesday or whatever they call it at that specific bar, and it's what I'm trying to say is there was a pile of bones. There's a pile of rat bones. I kid you not. There was a pile of rat bones. And I just didn't know what to do. I wanted to take a picture of it, but I rock a flip phone, so I couldn't really get a good quality photo, but it looked like someone had been eating chicken wings for a while, and there was just like a nice neat pile of tiny bones and a wheel flipped upside down and turned into a fire pit where they were eating the fucking rats. And you know what? You gotta say, you know what? You gotta eat, you gotta eat. Sometimes you gotta eat. It leads me to another story that, you know, some people might find it culturally insensitive, but I actually have no problem with it, because as screwed up as some people might find it, I don't think any meat is off the table, really. I think that there's unethical ways, for sure, and I think meat should be sourced ethically. But if there's definitely cultural barricades that most people won't understand, and I think it's just very unfair to tell someone that their choice of meat is wrong. An example, think about it's going to sound rude, because most people who don't know it are going to go like, oh, it's that like an unfounded claim, but I think it's Peru. The guinea pig is a delicacy. I think it's Peru. It's somewhere. It's a high elevation place, and Gordon Ramsay actually went there, and he ate the guinea pig, and like he tried it, and like they did the culturally like right cooking methods and shown him like the recipe and stuff. I don't know. I've always been fascinated with cultural food. Like there's a lot of stuff I wouldn't try, but there's a lot of stuff I would, just out of the respect for other people's other people's history. There's a lot of stuff that I could learn just from tasting their food. But yeah, where I was going with this other story that I said might be considered slightly offensive. I was in I don't know if it's offensive to say anymore, or what is it, xenophobic? I hope it's not. I was in the Chinatown in my the bigger area of my city. I'm up on the west coast. I don't want to give away too much about my location, but I'm in BC, and that's already more than enough because there's already like 3 places here. So, and yeah, I was in the Chinatown area, and and I don't cast judgment because, like I said, no meat is off the table, and I honestly, it's on my list. I might actually try it, and I'm trying to find a way to find an ethically sourced. I seen a nice group of elderly Asian guys catching squab. And for those of you who are not familiar with the term squab, it's because I mean pigeon. Yeah, like the pigeons that you see in the park. Yeah, they had traps out, and they were just they're trapping the pigeons, and I don't want to see anything wrong with that. I mean, if you really think about it, it's no different than the rats. It's really just fair game. It's free meat. No one's claimed it. Maybe that sounds a little wrong, but couldn't be so bad. So, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to bring this to any kind of insensitive place, because, like I said, there's nothing that's off the table, and everybody deserves their freedom of food and freedom of cultural expression. So, I think it would be bogus if you told someone, hey, you can't eat that bird in the park, that's not your bird. Or, hey, you can't catch a seagull at the beach and eat it. Like, can you imagine? Sure, we got hunting licenses and stuff, but what I think it should be is, as long as you got your license, you only catch within, like, your amount. Like, you're not overfishing. I can't stand overfishing. It breaks my heart. And I just, I feel the same way about animals too. You can't over hunt. It would just be wrong. So it becomes an issue of people need to be more tolerant and need to be understanding of different cultures eating different things, because you know what? You hear me talking about the disgust I had when I seen the rat bones behind that box, but for a large part of the world, I would say probably over 50% of the population has probably eaten rats, and that's not coming from like a weird bigoted place. That's just coming from pure statistics of population numbers. There's a very good chance that a large amount of people in this world have eaten rats, and I honestly don't see much wrong with that. And if you see something wrong with that, maybe you should look at yourself and be like, hey, I can eat what I want and they can eat what they want. And that's how I've always seen it. It breaks my heart, because I know some people, like, I've seen people like end friendships and stuff over stuff like choices of food, like veganism, vegetarianism, or whatever. But I just think as long as everybody just lets each other live the way they're comfortable with, eating what they want, should just be nice. Eh. God damn it. We got any more guys? Whoa! And he still got us. But yeah, that's where I was getting at. And if it feels like I'm going in a circle conversation, it's because I haven't looked at my notes yet. Okay. Yeah. So, the other thing that kind of makes me qualified to speak on this is I've lived in many situations, and I've walked many shoes. Or I've walked many miles in many shoes. And there's not really much left to surprise me anymore. I've lived without power, and I did that for a couple months. Very humbling. I encourage everybody to do that at least once in their life. Live with zero power. And I'm talking about electricity. I want you to have no hot water. I want you to have no way to heat your house except for a fireplace. I want you to experience that, because that's learning. That will teach you so much. It will teach you resilience. It'll just teach you a lot of stuff. Oh, shit. Okay, this... Oh. Okay. Oh, yeah, no, we're toast. Okay. And, yeah, to be... Son of a gun. We're all the way back here. Sucks to suck. I wonder if I could just lure them. Whoa! Oh my god, that was a lot of shotgun guys in the corner. But yeah, I've lived in low-income situations. I know what it's like. So I could never cast judgment on someone for eating what they have or eating what's available to them. Because honestly, that's human nature. We're gonna fight to survive. You're gonna fight to eat whatever you need to get you through to the next day. I mean, I've done lots. Ah. Oh shit, that's a lot of them. Yeah, I think I'm getting cooked again. Put all the ammo. Got it. Food, yummy, yummy. Knife kit. But yeah. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, like, I don't think anyone's ever truly had a lived-in human experience if they haven't starved, if they haven't had to brace frigid water, if they've ever had to sleep in the freezing cold. There's a lot that most people don't go through in their everyday life, and just a little bit of that would change a lot, because it would... Think about it. When you think about people who make big figures, people who make good money, those are people that are never going to understand that. They've never had the lights shut off. They've never had anything like that. And yeah, it might sound like it was my problem, But for a lot of it, I was too young to do anything about it. So it wasn't really my problem. But that's a world we live in. And it's either going to make you or break you. And I chose to let it make me. And I guess what I'm saying is, you can never understand what another person is going through. You can't do it at all. You can't read other people's minds. You can't feel someone else if the human experience is specific to you and you only. And what I mean by that is, you're not going to have the same experience as this person, that person's not going to have the same experience as that person. Everybody is going to feel it different, because everybody is... I have a saying, everybody is right. No matter how wrong you are, no matter who you are, everyone's right, because in their own moral compass, they are following what they believe is right. Which, I mean, makes a monster of us all, but at the same time can turn us into a folk hero. All we have to do is believe in ourselves. It's not even just about the power of believing in yourself, it's the power of believing in your fellow man. And I don't want to sound like some kind of preacher, because I don't preach anything, but the one thing I am trying to preach is humanity. I want us all to be human with each other. I want you all to look past the greed. I want you to look past the skin. I want you to look past the gender. I'm just, frankly, it's driving me to my end. I just don't know how to feel about all of this crazy world. Because it just doesn't feel like anyone has love for their fellow man anymore. I don't get it. And I don't know, I hope a majority of you feel the same too. I mean, even though there's a lot of distaste, I even sympathize with drug addicts and, for lack of better words, crackheads. And my neighborhood has way too many, and I mean, I said I live in BC, so I'm talking British Columbia, Canada here, so that's no surprise, the fentanyl capital of the fucking world right now. So yeah, it's a bit of a podunk, but we get we get our fair share of those types, and we also get a lot of the ladies of the night and what have you. I'm trying to think of what other kinds of street folk we get. And that's not to say there's anything wrong with that either, because I believe in freedom, and I believe freedom of how you can act, and I believe the freedom of your life choices. And if you so choose to live your life that way, you should be allowed to. And that's okay. Okay, let's get these guys. Blah. Yeah, because I think if you want to put stuff in your body or not to put your stuff in your body, it should be your choice. I'm pro-vaccine. I'll come out there and say it. I'm 100% pro-vaccination, and I do believe vaccines work. Do I think the COVID vaccine was rushed? Could possibly. But do I think a lot of vaccines are rushed during pandemics? Yes. Yes, I do. I think a lot of things get rushed during situations where the mental clarity is not all there for everybody. But that's where we as a people need to have the ability to actually do, what do you call it? comprehensive thinking. I don't know, thinking that takes more than 2 brain cells. Because if anybody wants to rationalize something, you gotta be able to put that thought down and actually spit it out correctly. Not like I do, not just like crappy rambling. You want an actual narrative. You want a story. You want something read to you, spoon-fed. You want something sugar-coated and nice and glossy. Something that's going to make you feel good after you're done reading. But life ain't all like that. For the most part, it's about people who are going to try to break you down and tear you down any way that they can. And that's where it's our job as a culture together to take care of each other. Oh my god, there was a big pink guy. Whoa. Not pink guy. Whoa! Ow, that could have hurt somebody. I don't think he's gonna come all this way. Take a med kit. Oh, nice. Is he attacking him? Yeah, I love it when they attack each other. It's always nice. Whoa! Don't come after me, though. Okay, let's just let him aggro that guy and see if they fight for a little bit. Where was I? So yeah, my town. It's had a lot of it's had its fair share of street folks. It's has its ladies of the night. It's got its bikers. It's got its dealers. It's good old Canadian town. I'd say I've seen some interesting stuff over the years, but what I've seen lately has kind of concerned me. And it's concerned me in a way that I never actually thought I would have to worry about or care about in my life. And that's something that we all joked about. And it's no joking matter, because we joked about it here in Canada because we didn't think about it was actually going to be as serious as, well, I don't just mean Canada. We joked about it in our town because we never actually thought it would get like this. Is gentrification. And my god, when I tell you that my town went from being like a small couple thousand people to multi-thousand, like, I love growth. But when the infrastructure does not keep up, what the hell are you doing? And that's where we're at right now. I have no, like, there's no street parking anywhere. There's nothing good around. And for some reason, I can't even mention how many freaking pizza shops we have, or else that's like doxing us, because it's like, why the hell do we have? It's just ridiculous. Our town is literally pizza and sushi and apartments. That's it. And it's getting to the point where it's like, you can't drive anywhere. You can't walk anywhere and feel safe, let alone be a pedestrian. And when I say I get the worst road rage as a pedestrian, I mean, I just want to drag some people out of their cars sometimes. It just gets me so fucking riled up. I don't know what to do with myself. Like, sometimes I will actually scream at people. I've screamed at strangers on the street. Just because, not as a car. I don't drive. I've screamed at cars driving near me. Just because it's like, somebody needs to tell those guys, smart the hell up. Why the hell are you driving like a nut? Like, it's not cool. Ooh, we got more purge. 98 health, okay. So yeah, we got a lot of fuck. And where am I? Oh my god, what did I do? Oh my god. Did I really? I'm gonna reload that. I feel like that's a fair reload. Okay, so yeah, I was saying that. Yeah, so I've met a lot of people in my life. I've seen a lot of things, and yeah, I've met a lot of faces, seen a lot of people, and from everything that I've seen and done, I just I don't know where this place is really heading, because it's like shit's getting so expensive. I'm getting priced out of the neighborhood that I grew up in, and just this, that, and the other, and it's like I never thought that a place where my rent so when I was a child, let's say let's ballpark this, not when I was a child, let's ballpark this to like 2010 era. So around 2010ish, the area I lived would have been probably $600 a month for a 2-bedroom, and that was a high price at the time too. Like, a lot of people were still pissed about that. And I remember when 2 bedrooms went up to $900, everyone was sour. Everyone was so mad. And don't even get me started about when gas broke $2. And now what does that say about the spending power of us? That we can't afford that much. That much is enough to make us mad? That sure says something about our economy. I mean, I'm no financial speaker at all, but when it comes to thinking about our economy, our purchasing power is down the drain if you want to actually think about those facts that we can't actually buy what we used to be able to. It's different. Feels like it's a step into the wrong direction. Oh, this is gonna be good. Where is he? Whoa! No scope. Whoa! Oh my god, there was a bunch of them right there. Oh. Scare the living jeepers out of me. I hate that you can't switch guns when you reload. Get a round up. But yeah, it was just whoa. It was I'd say it's a culture shock for sure. Because I went from growing up knowing this as like a small town, you know. We'd hear frogs outside at nighttime, we'd hear crickets and stuff, to now, where we're in the 2020s, and literally it just feels like my town is a highway pit stop, and it's always loud, always so many cars going by. Like, even, like, 24 hours a day, it's always cars going by. And the people on the streets, if their heads aren't up their own asses, they're usually high on something, or they're just not really living life to their best, to their full potential. So it just kind of feels I don't know, it almost hurts you watching your town slip away. And that's not coming from any place, because I know it's happening all over. And it's no one's fault. And that's, I guess that's why everyone's getting so mad at each other right now, is there's no one really to blame except for the people at the top of the totem pole, but of course, how are we supposed to go after them? You don't want to bite the hand that feeds, right? Well, I guess that sounds a little crazy, but I mean, when you really think about it, it's not the common man putting us into these situations. How the hell do I get out of here? I barely opened the map. I've played these levels so many times. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you guys don't enjoy it, don't tell me. I don't care. Well, actually you can, but I might not listen. So, I think I'll keep uploading this one. I like this game. And it's easy to talk about. Plus, there's also like lots of good social commentary I can make on the current situation. So everything's all screwy right now. So, yeah. Right now, we're just kind of trying to figure out how to survive. Not just in the game, but in this world. Where do we go when the bombs fall? What are we supposed to do? Are we screwed? Are we done for? Maybe that's too much of a heady thought. Where are we supposed to go? I'm getting confused. Getting befuddled. I thought it was down in this area. I always get so disoriented in levels like this. Yeah, I hear someone. Yeah. Probably something like a vent that I need to jump through, and I'm just so disoriented that I can't do this. Oh god. Oh yeah, there is a vent. Oh no, does that stuff ever screw you up when you switch a level sideways and now it's like everything's backwards? Not backwards, but like sideways and upside down at the same time. I don't know, it just trips me out. I've done too many things in my life to be able to look at stuff like this with a normal lens. It's just too trippy, dude. Too trippy. Oh! Oh my god, you can jump up here? That's not cool. Ooh, we got some more snacks. We like crackers and snacks. If anyone gets that reference, put it in the comment section. We love crackers and snacks on this show. Okay, you know what, I can't remember if I'm even supposed to jump into this area. I think so. Is there an easier way, maybe? Am I being stupid? Okay, that works. But yeah, so I've seen people from all walks of life. I've talked to them all. In one way or another, I've known them all. So there's not much that surprises me left in this world. It doesn't surprise me when I see people have to steal for food. It doesn't surprise me when I see people have to fight for food. But I've had people try to steal things from me. And I am a firm believer in defending your stuff. And you know, once I actually crazy story. So I had a guy come onto the second floor of my apartment. This was years ago. I lived on the Sevier side of town. I guess he got onto the railing of the bottom floor, the ground level, and he scaled up the side and made it to my patio on the second floor. And I was, thankfully, I was awake. Well, half awake. I got this horrible issue where I fall asleep really easily. Even right now, I'm dying. I can't even say the word sleep. But yeah, I was on my couch, and I was just chilling there, like having a little snooze. It was like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and I worked in a couple hours because construction, so I gotta get out to site early. And I was like, yeah, whatever. So, and my neighbor, well, he's my neighbor, but he's also my carpool, because we work at the same site. And oh shit, he usually loads up his tools in the morning and then like bangs on my door or whatever, texts me and tells me to come over. And then I usually do that. Oh, God damn. So what the hell? That thing is just kept going. It was invincible. Blast him. Just blast him. Just start blasting. Whoa! Get out of here, I'm blasting. So yeah, I was just chilling there, and my couch was beside my sliding door, which was next to my patio. And I'm a light sleeper. I can like mentally train myself in weird ways to like have certain noises wake me up. So I was just waiting for that noise of a toolbox scraping on the ground and some kind of loud clunking, which is kind of like this sign that he's loading his tools up in the van. So I'm there, I'm waiting for the noise, and I must have only been lying down for like 15 minutes, and I start hearing banging around, and then it was the realization of, this motherfucker's leaving for work without me. He's gonna fucking ditch me, and I'm gonna have no way of getting to work that day. So I swing open my curtain and I like rip open my patio, and because I'm expecting him to be down there loading his tools in the van, trying to sneak out without me. Because I don't know, I'm an asshole. There's reasons why you'd want to live here. Probably not, but I'm just exaggerating. But yeah, it wasn't him. It wasn't him making all that banging noises. I was absolutely shocked and pissing myself to see like I'm gonna descript it the exact way it is because I'm an Aboriginal person and I can say it. There's this frickin' big, tall ass native guy there, and he's got the typical look. He's got the long hair, and he's got a cute little ponytail. I'll give him that. But this motherfucker has his hands on my e-bike, and you know what? Cool. You know what? It's all cool. What the fuck are you doing on my patio though? It was the situation of like my brain's not on for this. Like, hello, where are we? Is this like a Twilight Zone moment? I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and it was just like because it's like I'm just staring at this guy. I'm like, how'd you get up here? And he's like, I climbed up. And then I was like, why are you up here? And I dead ass. Guy looks at me and he says, he points at my ashtray that's on the table. And he says, "Oh, I seen your ashtray from the ground level. And I just wanted to see if I could steal your butts." And that's the biggest freaking lie I ever could have came up with. Like, first of all, there's no way that you're seeing my ashtray from the ground level. Second of all, it was the situation of, why would you go all the way up there and then start touching my bike? And it was the second floor. I wasn't thinking about locking a bike on the second floor. Why would I do that? So I just had my bike just sitting there. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, that's all dandy, whatever. I mean, like, I've done worse. I've left bikes out in like garages and stuff like that. Usually you don't expect them to disappear on you. But yeah, this guy, I frickin' kid you not, tells me, with holding my e-bike still, he's holding it by the frame. He tells me, he's like, "Yeah, I just came here for your cigarette butts and your roaches." And I was like, wait a second, because I was in disbelief at that point, because I was like, this isn't adding up. That's like, that would be the weirdest thing if it was true. And he has the balls to ask me, "Can I use the front door to go back down?" You know what? Like I said, I lived on the bad side of town. I had a baseball bat beside that patio door for a very good reason. And I'm not a violent individual, but I swear to God, the urge was so bad. I even stood there. I watched him climb down, and I took my bike out of his hands, and I was calm the whole time, because, like I said, I know these types, and when you're around those types, you just want to shut up and just shut up. Just, you don't let them control the situation, but you definitely, you watch your words around them, because they're definitely unpredictable. And, you know, I guess I'm generally stereotyping crackheads, but they got a certain type. It's an archetype of humanity, for sure. There's a stereotype there, but it is well founded. I mean, there's a reason why you hear terms like junkie and meth head. They're a certain type of people. So, like, what I mean is, I actually don't know. I'm running through too many enemies right now. I'm actually losing my train of consciousness. Train of thought train. I'm dying here. Yeah, no, I'm dying. Yeah, just die, everybody. Die. Just crouch. Okay, that's good enough. Oh god, and the big pink guys are coming? I don't want to deal with the big pink guys right now. Yep, that's the last thing I want to do. So let's take a quick save, because I know this is going to backfire. Quick saving right here, why would I do that? No, let's keep low. Let's hang low for a little bit. Be the low-hanging fruit that we are. Yep. So yeah, where was I at? That guy stealing my bike. Yeah, he has the bloody audacity. He says, "Can I use your front door?" No! No, you can't use my front door. You can come down the way you came. He's like, "You want me to climb down?" And I said, "That's how you got up, right?" He's like, "Yeah, but I wanted to use the stairs." And then I said, I looked at him. I was so done at that point, because I couldn't handle the playing stupid with him anymore. I was like, if you could have used the stairs, why the fuck are you on my patio? And he was just, oh, sorry, dude. I didn't think about it, man. I'm sorry. And it was just like, it was so stupid the way that he was just nonchalantly like, yeah, dude, my bad. That's just something I did. I'm sorry, man. And it's just like, wow, there really are people in this world that are like that. And I was baffled. Because I've never came across stuff like that. Also have another apartment story from a different apartment. Same town. About a block away from where this bike was taken off my patio and was instantly put into my living room for the rest of its life. Yeah, so I lived a block away from that apartment in a different one. And we had this huge problem where guys would break our padlocks to our dumpster, and they'd break the dumpster open, and they'd dump out every single garbage bag on the ground to try to find cans, aluminum foil, anything metal that you could fold up and smoke fentanyl out of, glass bottles, those types of things. But then make a real fucking mess of the recycling garbage to the point where it was actually like becoming disgusting. You would have garbage juice stains on concrete. So one day I had enough, and there was this guy, and he was, go. There was this guy, and he was, he was digging for trash, and first of all, I got no problem with that. I mean, like I said, one man's trash is another man's treasure, and well, people gotta eat. If you're gonna eat trash, you might as well be allowed to.
1, 2, 3, 1.
Spooky. Okay, we got the gold key card. And I feel like we're about to get in trouble here, and I feel like we just got stuck. Okay, there is no way out of this. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for cheating, guys. Not really a cheat. Fly mode. Okay, we got the key card. Let's get out of here. But yeah, where was I going with that story? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh double fuck. Oh. Son of a gun. Okay, let's go. Okay, we did it. Yeah, so yeah, I was nice about it at first. Without anywhere else to go, I descended the open shaft down towards the base of the Great Tower. Swinging from cables like dead jungle vines, I slid down into the pit, trying to ignore the screaming vertigo. The elevator shaft was dark. Only the glow of my lantern reflected off damp brick and rusting steel beams gave any sense of my gradual descent into the endless gloom. It took me an age to finally reach the bottom of the floor. Who knows how deep underground this void's descended? What treasures lay within? I felt that old feeling in my stomach, the one somewhere between terror and greed. But yeah, we were in that story. So yeah, I approach a guy, and I try not to come off as standoffish. So I'm like, hey, dude. He looks at me, and first of all, he's mad that I even said something to him, and he goes, "What?" And I'm like, hey, just wanted to let you know, like, live here. I'm fine with you doing that. I'm stuck. What am I stuck on? God damn it. Stop. Okay, we're at 2 health. That's just not fair. We know the password. It's at whatever the letters, the numbers the lady's saying, so, someone mentioned the password, so start pressing buttons. Well, that's what she said, so let's do that. Hey, you know what? Just for the sake of it, I need to actually get some good help with this because there will be crazy stuff later on. Can't neglect our duties. Oh my god, why am I reloading something? I hate that these guys zigzag, it's just not nice. So yeah, I go up to this guy, I'm like, hey dude, yeah, can you, just make sure you, like, put it all back into the bin after. And I guess he had a problem with that, and when I was walking away, and, like, I tried not, like I said, I tried not to be rude, I was like, hey, because he had all the bags out and split open. I was like, hey, you toss those back in the bin when you're done, please? Like, I live here too, like, I gotta put garbage in there later, like, come on, keep it nice, keep it clean. And I turned around, and I started walking, and this was on my way back from, like, tossing something in the recycle, so, like, I had a reason to go over there. And I don't know. Next thing I know, I was on the ground. The guy came running up behind me, and I got sucker punched in the back of the head from some homeless guy digging through trash, just because I asked him if he could keep it clean. Which, you know, I thought of it. That was a fair request on my part. I should be allowed to ask people to keep things clean. It's more than fair. I think the real issue is getting assaulted over that. I'm trying to think. I didn't report it. What the hell did they come do? If you guys aren't familiar with our situation here, it's kind of a catch and release system, where even the worst of the worst can get a nice bond and be out the next day. So it doesn't really. Oh fuck! It doesn't even matter reporting any kind of crime committed by a homeless person in my town, even if it's disgusting as it is. It's like they steal stuff from kids out here, like kids' bikes. And I'm not just trying to, like, portray them as, like, evil or bad or something. This is coming from experience. Like, I've had stuff stolen. I've grown up with lots of people who've had their stuff stolen. And it's 90% of the time, it's never another kid or normal adult who's taking these things. It's usually someone who is tweaking out, stole it, and now they want to modify it or do something with it to be creative with their magic junkie powers. Like, I'll tell you, the amount of times I've seen toddler bikes strapped together to make wagons. You'd think I was joking, but it's a normal sighting where I am. It's like we're like a mini. We got little spots in our town that is like a mini Skid Row, like downtown LA. It's kind of we got little tent areas. We got people like that, and I'd say it's just like it is in some areas of Seattle and Oregon, where it's like you guys got the homeless people with like makeshift weapons. Like the other day, like I said, I have a son, so ever since I had a son, I started taking all of this stuff extremely seriously. So I kind of turned into a no BS kind of guy when it came to stuff like that, and I wouldn't put up with it anymore. So I started making not more reports, but like I started actually being active in like community watch kind of sectors and trying to keep neighborhoods safe, stuff like that. Like always making suspicious reports. You know, gotta narc on your neighbors and stuff. You never know who's a communist nowadays. It's a big that. If you couldn't tell, I was slanting my head and I was looking directly at you. I was looking directly at you when I said communist. Yeah. Don't even pretend. Don't click away from this video either. I know you're red, you pinko, but that's besides the point. We're okay with that. You can believe in anything. I don't care. But yeah, no, I try to help my neighborhood where I can, and I hope you guys do the same. And it's actually a shame because here we are talking about it. It dehumanizes them in a way. If we want them to get better, which I know a lot of us do, it takes a lot of work, and it takes something that a lot of people don't want because it comes with some moral dubious motions, and that is I do think that we should have involuntary care for some people. There are some members of society that could be deemed necessary to be in involuntary care until they are deemed better by a psychiatrist or someone with a medical doctorate. Definitely not me. But what I'm trying to say is, I feel like if we actually took a way to reform the health system, reform mental health, reform health care, all in all, and realize that housing is a necessity, and realize that food and shelter, everything in between it's human and we need it, we'll all get along easier. That's going to be the end of the episode, but next episode we are going to hack into the mainframe, talk to the computers, maybe talk to these ones, maybe we'll reassemble the chair that we smashed a couple minutes ago, and maybe we'll find a way to turn this off, because these lights are kind of annoying. So, yeah, it's been a slice. Rock on.